We're here next to the CEC office in Warsaw and the Polish Parliament to talk about electromobility with our managing partner, Michał Koczalski. Michał, how are the Polish perspectives looking in relation to electromobility?
Well, I mean, depending on what we base on, but theoretically I would say that they're very optimistic because first the government has proposed quite a broad program which includes a package of legislation not only to promote electromobility itself but also to regulate it so that it really opens the framework for the charging stations for electric vehicles, I mean the buses, the cars, as well the whole thing regarding how to connect it to the energy system and the electricity system in Poland.
And how would you judge the progress on this regulation? When is it likely to come to life? When is the next big milestone?
Well, I mean, the first announcements appeared like almost a year ago. We heard like this big highlight statement that we're going to have 1 million electric cars on Polish roads in the next 10 years. But this is like with the white rabbit thing. It's like more about running after him than catching him. And I think it's also always good to sell those big ideas. And then in terms of the timeline, I mean, we're in the middle of works on the electromobility law. So there was like a wide public consultation process. Like over 1,000 comments have been sent out. I mean, the Ministry of Energy, which is responsible for it, really has to work it through. So I think that it's still like the good time. It's being kept, I mean, the agenda by the government. So it's quite optimistic also in this regard.
And in terms of political and social importance, where is this in the list of priorities for the government? Because there is a lot of interconnecting reasons here. There is the issue of the smog, there is the issue of the share of green energy in the market. Where is that on the horizon?
Of course, if you base on theory, I mean, electromobility should be connected with the green energy revolution because this is basically when it makes sense. I think that the Polish government is treating it as a leverage to pump up the coal production and use. I mean, if electric cars will be connected to the grid in Poland and charged the batteries here, I mean, it's coal-based electricity system. So, in this regards, I mean, this is like the middle way, so to say. But in a sense, it has a lot of political and social impact because first, this will revolutionize the electricity system. I mean, for the grid operator, PEC, it's a huge challenge how to connect the big number of vehicles. And in terms of social life, I mean, if we focus on air pollution in the urban areas, I think electric cars are the solution because it will decrease the number of pollutants locally. So I think this is a first step forward for a bigger change.
But for now, wouldn't you say the biggest challenge is the current prices of electric cars? Their Polish citizens say that this is the biggest worry they have, and the prices will equalize in about 10-15 years with conventional cars. But for now, what do you think is the biggest challenge for developing this project?
The challenge is actually the proper way to put the legislation in place, because this is a very strong signal for all stakeholders that the government is open for the ideas. And then it's the market, the business that should come in. Electric cars will happen when the infrastructure is in place. I think that this is the proper way to do things. And in terms of price of electric cars, I mean, it's up to producers, but I know that hearing and talking to people from Daimler or BMW, as of the big guys, I mean, they will be ready in the next 3 to 5 years with marketing electric cars on the same level as they market the diesel.
And there are some subsidies also announced by the Ministry of Energy.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, when you look at Norway, which is probably furthest developed in this respect, I mean, the subsidies did help. It's the same with the US. In Poland, I mean, I would be skeptical in counting on big subsidies, but we'll see. I mean, it's certainly a fascinating space to watch.
We'll see. Thank you very much. Well, to gain more information about Poland and the region, please follow us on Twitter @CECGR and visit our website for the latest briefs. Thank you, Michał.
Thank you.